Previously on The Walking Dead.
I said break it up.
There's enough food for everyone. 1 week.
We just took in 2 new communities. We have no crops, no backstop.
I know one more place. Meridian. The place I lived before this.
Let him go. I said let him go.
never thought I'd see you again.
Yeah, I thought the same.
What are you doing out here? You alone?
See anybody with me?
I saw you out on the road with the others. Who are they? You one of them?
Crossed a small group on the road. But no, I ain't one of them. Travel light, just like always. We're gonna go. Come on, boy. Come on.
Well, that's funny.
What's funny?
I always thought he liked you better.
Look, I don't know who you're fighting, but I am not part of it. We're going. Come on!
Let's see if you're around.
I came back for you. I looked everywhere for you. I'm sorry you ended up with these people.
These people are my family. They never stopped looking for me. When they found me, I came home. What about your family, Daryl? The ones you told me about? That who was out on the road?
My family picked the wrong fight with the wrong people a long time ago. It's like I told you, I'm alone.
You're filthy.
again.
The others. Are they still out there? Hmm? Are they close?
I don't know.
Who's the leader? Is it the woman?
I ain't one of them. Bullshit.
Enough.
Stop.
I said stop. I'll handle it.
He'll crack. I just need a little more time.
I've given you enough time already. I said up. I need you to cooperate.
I told you everything.
You told us nothing. Talk. The one we answer to won't be so nice.
I traded with them. They gave me some food. I hauled some gear. I knew them less than a week. Go ahead, kill me if you want. I got nothing else to say.
Should have never brought him back.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Daryl, is that you? The others, are they okay?
I don't know where your friends are. I don't care neither. But nothing. Just because we shared a bag of grain does not make me give a shit about you. Understand? Whatever beef you have with these people, I want no part of it. Hear me? You need to shut up. Leave me alone. Got it?
I got it, yeah. Yeah, I was right about you. Should have let you starve. Asshole. What are you telling you bastards the thing? Get up. Get up.
as ever.
Is that what you think this is? Me being stubborn?
Fine. Hard-headed. You need to tell me the truth.
I've never lied to you. Never, Leah. I'm not gonna start now.
Let's try this again. What do you know about those people?
I don't know shit. I'd help you if I could. You know I would. Just give me dog. Let me go. You'll never see me again.
Is that what you want? What is it?
Found Bossy.
And Turner?
I tried. I couldn't save him. I tried.
It's okay, son. You did the right thing. You brought him home.
Lord, we release our brother Turner to you. Please, hold close. Itcha. Just dance. Hala. Hala. Hatiania. Hominiatia. Ist. Mut. In your name, O Lord, amen.
Amen.
God, he's here. He's angry. I'm angry. Do you feel that? Go make them feel our wrath. What happened?
One of my brothers is dead. Michael Turner was his name. And we fought all over the world together. Pope brought him in after her last tour when he started his company.
I thought you were soldiers.
We were. And we went private.
You didn't tell me you were a merc.
What does it matter? It was the same damn job. So we could actually pay our bills. Michael was like me in that he didn't have a family. He was a little brother I never had. You know, the little brother I always wanted. And he's dead. You know, we lost a lot of people. Here, you know, that's been hard. Not like this. This is the first time I've lost someone close to me in a long time. Oh. It's a maybe for you.
You didn't lose me. I came back and you were gone.
You left me. I asked you what you wanted. You left.
I got scared.
Of what?
Letting go.
Doesn't matter. We wouldn't have worked anyway. Couldn't have been happy. Not in a world like this.
Is that you talking or your family?
Like you've never done things? Killed people? I know the things you've done, so you have no right to judge. Not at all. This is me, Daryl. The good and the bad. All of it, and always has been.
I don't believe you.
Well, I can't help with that. But I can't help you save yourself. Because despite everything, I still care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So you need to tell me something. Anything. Because if you can't, I can't control my commander and what he will do next. He's angry about Turner. And he wants someone to pay.
There's a woman. She's the leader. They were speaking in code because I was an outsider. There's a tall, skinny guy. Never shuts up. And a priest who carries a shotgun.
That's their leadership?
Yeah, but they have the numbers. One of their soldiers slipped up and he was gonna go meet 36 of their fighters. That's way more than the 15 you got here.
Oh, you've been doing your work down here, huh? I'll have you moved out of here tonight. So you can be more comfortable.
When do I meet him? This Pope.
Soon.
Well, you were right. He was hard to break. He told me there were a lot more out there than we thought. More than twice the force we have in here. I think he'll be good here, though. And we need the manpower. With Turner gone, and Nichols and Montano still missing. Say something. You know I hate it when you do this.
Do what?
Freeze me out.
Not everything is about you, will you?
I never said it was.
No? No. Because here we are, losing the day at tracking our enemy. Because you had to go on a fishing expedition with an old boyfriend. Go on then. Tell me. You find what you're looking for?
I told you he would be useful, and I was right. He's a lot like us. Pain doesn't scare him. Death doesn't scare him. Carver saw it. Come on, you see it.
I just see a guy who wants to get in your pants. Fine. Fine. Who couldn't stop gazing at somebody he loved.
I never said he loved me.
Oh. You could have ended him out there today, and you didn't. Why?
At one point, he meant something to me, yeah. I've been open about that. But it ended the day you found me and I chose this family. And I have never once regretted that decision. And I don't want you to either. Do you?
I believe in you more than the others.
I know.
You think we can trust him?
Yeah.
Good. Now let me see for myself.
You got something to say?
Come on, man. Don't be shy. You're about to meet the man.
Yeah, save that coy shit for your girlfriend.
Oh, Shaw ain't nobody's girlfriend. I'm betting she wears the pants with homeboy here. Isn't that right?
You don't know shit about shit, Carver. Knock it off.
Well, I guess I'll just show my dumb ass out then.
Pope is on his way.
You think you won't tell me about this guy before I meet him?
Just follow my lead. Hey!
Forged by fire. Ordained by God. Welcome him! You believe in God?
No. No, I don't. Not anymore. Guess I just believe in me now.
Well, that's a mistake.
Why's that?
You're not him.
I passed your little test, didn't I? Whatever you want to call it.
Oh, and you think that's the end of it?
What else you want from me?
I want you to understand. Sit down. We all met in the Valley of Death. That's what we call it, anyway. Hills of Afghanistan. Fought for our country, carried our fallen brothers off the field. Carried so many we lost count after a while. Politicians. They wrote the checks. We weren't anything to do. Just props. Props for the next campaign. See, they talked about God. They didn't know God. They never saw its face. It's not like we did. We saw God everywhere. He was in the blood and the horror and death. He was there, telling us where to go. Didn't have much else to hold on to in those days but him. And each other. You smoke? That war damn near ruined all of us for good. Came home, my guys had permanent injuries. They couldn't sleep. They couldn't find real jobs. So, people called us mercenaries. Did all the ugly, dirty work nobody else wanted to do. Got paid for it, too, handsomely. The real dirty work started after the fall. Never been in a war like that. Never seen that kind of chaos. And I had seen everything. But this. Oh, the things we did. All that death, day after day after day. After a while, I started to feel like you. Wondering where God was. Till he showed his face again. See, politicians, yeah, one last war to get behind. This time, coming for us. The bombs came thick and fast. They did not stop. We lost some of our own, had to run through the fire to save them. Found this little church at the edge of town, and we holed up there as everything, and I mean, everything burned around us. When the fires finally died down, I looked at my people. I could not believe it. Not a trace of blood. No burn marks. Not even a scratch. And that's when I knew. We were the chosen ones. These men upon whose bodies the fire had no power. God chose you tonight. I mean, you came out of that fire alive and whole. Look at you now, sitting right here. Are you hurt? Hmm? Any burns? Scratch?
I've been through worse before.
Are you hungry? You were right about this one.
Where's our what?
Give him some, boss. Don't be greedy. He's family now. You know he did, don't he? He walked 10 miles with his dead brother on his back. 10 miles. The strength that took. You have any idea how grateful we are? Turner will have a proper burial.
Just did what any one of us would have done.
Are you still hurt? Hmm? You need anything? I just have one question.
Sure.
Something's been bothering me. Your wounds are on your back.
Hope. It's been a rough day.
Just getting clarity.
Sure.
Where were you when Turner was being attacked?
I was right there, just like I told you.
Uh-huh. Facing the enemy.
Yeah.
He's been through enough.
Human nature to run when you are scared. You know what that's like, right? It takes divine strength to face your fear head on. Risk everything for someone else. We all saw what you did. Getting Shore out of the fire first, and you felt it. Huh? how far he would go just to keep you safe. Today, God baptized you in that fire, made you one of us. You see, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Never turn your back on your brother. God doesn't only use fire as his baptism. It's also his wrath. We already chosen once. We run into the battle. We run into the fire. Always.
We can't stay. We need to help our friends.
I want to help.
Are you sure?
This is our home. We gotta fight to save it.
The only way this works is if we trust each other.
When we see the Reapers, they're in these crazy, scary masks. Our inspiration for these was sort of a mishmash of different influences. Military can sometimes have tactical masks, and sometimes they do have things like skulls or interesting designs on them. And then we were also just looking at different kinds of post-apocalyptic concept art, video games, to just things that are written about with people in gas masks and stuff. And when we were thinking about like what is the look of this group, they're almost like these faceless people that come in like the Grim Reaper. Because of Dog being separated from Daryl, he chases the dog and finds the dog with this Reaper, and it turns out the Reaper is Leah. We had always planned for that to be the story. This is not a story we came up with after that first episode with Daryl and Leah aired. And also a lot of time has passed. So there's obviously a story that has happened in the interim. And when they kind of crash into each other, there's a whole lot that's going on through Daryl's head. But the first thing is, I gotta lie to get out of it. Like whatever I have to say to do to get out of this, like I'm gonna leverage that little bit of trust that she has in me to help my people, because as soon as he sees her on the other side of this, he's like, okay, maybe I was wrong about her, but I'm not really gonna hang around to try to figure it out.
Look, I don't know who you're fighting, but I am not part of it.
The way that we always thought about this group is that they probably have a series of things that they do when they come across what would be enemy combatants to them. They were all basically like military contractors, or what some would call mercenaries. And they were doing these things at a time when there was a lot of torture that was sort of like sanctioned in the military. So they've all learned those techniques and became very familiar with them before the world fell. And so for the Reapers, this is just part of what they have to do. And I think Leah is a character that she can't be seen to be showing any softness towards anybody. She is part of this group and she answers to somebody else. So she may be the one that is, at least in name, in charge of the situation. But I think that question sits out there like, is she really in charge of the situation, or has she been asked to carry out orders and she feels that she needs to? She doesn't love what she's seeing, you know, and she puts a stop to it or a pause to it when it feels like it's going too far for too long. So there's just a lot of complicated emotions that are running through the whole thing.
The one we answer to won't be so nice.
We got really fortunate in casting Richie Coster in this role as Pope. He just had a take on it right away. When we were developing this character, one of the things that we talked about is just this idea of being chosen and what that can, in the most extreme versions, cause people to do. For Pope, we just felt that it'd be interesting to kind of illustrate somebody who probably was a brilliant tactical mind, was probably a really great commander, and yet became kind of disgruntled by the system and felt left behind in some ways, and saw people that he felt were left behind. There was this story, this thing that felt miraculous happen, which is actually not that uncommon, which is that sometimes you're in a building in a raging fire and the fire jumps your building.
And that's when I knew we were the chosen ones.
God had spared them all for something important, and that made him feel like he needed to go throughout this after time and grab what they needed on behalf of his people. And, you know, in many ways, he has been an effective leader of his people in that he has kept them safe and alive, but at what cost to anybody else? This idea of a trial by fire just felt like this divine test. We felt like that was just a very dramatic way to illustrate the type of danger that they're all in, but Leah too. For whatever it's worth, there is a kind of a turning point for Leah in that moment as well, because it's one thing to be inside the circle of love and to feel like she's one of his favorites and he sees her as a daughter, but what kind of father sticks their daughter in a room and sets it on fire with like no obvious way to get out? That is super, super intense. And so for both of these characters, they kind of come out of this, and Pope intends for them to come out feeling like changed people, and they do, but maybe not in the way that he's thinking is going to happen. In this scene where he puts Bossy's head in the fire, we wanted to kind of show a few things. One is that, you know, in the apocalypse, we've seen our characters, we've seen villains, we've seen a lot of them do some pretty intense things. And the question is, who are the people that are going to stand up to that, and who is just going to try to live with it, and who is complicit in it, who is cheering it on? Daryl's just kind of coming into this situation knowing very little about them, and he's still learning what all of it means and where they all stand. And the big lesson out of this is nobody's going to stand up to Pope easily. I think for some of them, it's a wake-up call to realize like how intense the situation has gotten. I don't actually think Pope has killed a lot of his own people in this way. I think it's always been like, it's us against the world. But now that he's put Leah in a burning room, just threw one of these people that she considers like a brother in the fire, the equation is shifting, and I think there's a sense of unease. For Daryl, all of this is intel that he's taking in, and he's realizing, like, I've got to tread very, very carefully here. He's in a dangerous situation.
We are the chosen ones! We run into the battle! We run into the fire! Always!